2019, I was with my friend, my close friend Jetta, and we had one of the most important conversations I've ever had in my life. It was someone who was into tech, building amazing products, and was a star boy in tech. And me, I knew that as an electrical engineering student, I wanted to do something in tech, right? And I asked him, what will be the future of work? Are robots going to take our jobs? Are we going to get to a time where we do not have any jobs any longer because we now have robots, we now have artificial intelligence? And he said something really deep and profound. He said, Adeife, the future has been created by people based on their perception of what they want and how they want it. And so it's left for you to understand that, yes, people are going to lose their job with artificial intelligence, but they are going to be a creation of newer jobs. And that is where you and I come in. And I want you to follow me closely. But before then, let's look at the next slide. I'm Adeife. If I was not doing tech, I probably would be sprinting. Next slide. My previous life. But let's look at next slide. What is artificial intelligence? I want you to understand that when it comes to artificial intelligence, whatever you see computers do today, whatever you see robots do today, we're not just robots waking up themselves to do it. Human beings wrote those codes. Your ChatGPT that you use today, at the back end, was human beings doing those things. In 2020, I was working at an organization for Facebook where I was helping them build their artificial intelligence. So I was feeding them with information about day-to-day life. So it means that a robot cannot know if this guy is wearing a blue shirt if I have not told him before that this is a blue shirt and what a blue shirt should look like. So what a robot does is after you have told the robot that this is a blue shirt, everything that has the semblance of this that becomes blue is what we call pattern recognition. So artificial intelligence is the development of computer systems that can now perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. But more importantly, I want you to understand that artificial intelligence is here to help you do your work better. But even the work that you are doing better, artificial intelligence is here to help you do it much more better. An example is at work right now. I don't write mails with my head any longer. I go to my email, I want to send an email to my boss, I want to send an email to the people working under me. What do? I go to my Grammarly, or I can also even go to my Gemini, and I tell Gemini what I want. Oh, please write a mail to this person telling him to do X, Y, Z. But because I have told Gemini that, it will not ask me, what tone do I want? Do I want it in a friendly tone? Do I want it in an harsh tone? Do I want it in a tone? And so the last 10 plus mails I've written at work have all been with the help of artificial intelligence. So Gemini goes write the entire mail because it has access to my history. It writes the entire mail, and all I just do is insert it into the mail and send it. So this is something I would have been doing normally before, but now I can do it faster, I can do it better, and now I can do it with little stress. So I want you to understand that the future is not something that you can think about and say, oh, let us just see how it's going to play out. People are spending billions of dollars to engineer the future, and this is where my next slide comes in play. I want you to look and just imagine a future where everything we are struggling to do right now, with you just talking to a robot, it can do it. And robot does not have to be something hardware, like something physical. When people were using typewriters in the olden days, like not olden days, for those that before Gen Z, used to use typewriters, where those were like the coolest people. They would just stay by their machine and they would type in things. But someone somewhere, Steve Jobs was looking at it and saying, I believe in a world where we would have slimmer laptops. I believe in a world where we would not need to have keyboards. But even if we need to have keyboards that are soft copy kind of keyboards, we can have a tab where we will have that keyboard and he named it the iPad. Oh, we needed slimmer phones that will still do the exact same thing, that would have cameras, that will be able to take pictures, that will be able to make phone calls, that will be able to do a whole lot more things that we can do much easier and faster. And that created the Apple ecosystem. So now, with my MacBook, I can store something on my MacBook, and exactly what I copy and paste from my MacBook, I'll go to my iPad and paste it there without having to do any Bluetooth sharing. And in that same vein, I will go to my iPhone and I'll copy and paste it there. With my Apple Watch, I can see every other thing that is happening, still connected to my phone. That's the future of work. So why every other person was saying, what will the next 10 years look like in 1980? Steve Jobs was saying, this is what we want to create, and that is the future. And so I want you to understand that in Silicon Valley today, they don't say, let us predict the future. What they do is they spend billions of dollars in forcing you into the future they want for you. And so if you are sleeping and you are still hoping that in Africa, I still want to do things the way things are done, I want you to understand that right now is the day to wake up. Because these guys are not resting. There's a current AI war that is going on right now, where stars from Google are being pushed by stars from Facebook, like Meta. And Meta is also pushing people from OpenAI. They are offering them crazy salaries, like money that your politicians will see and they will stop stealing money. Like, that's what they are offering them. And I want you to understand that these are things that can be learned. Yes, we come from a place where you don't have access to the level of information or level of skill set, but these things can be learned. And so when they say AI will replace you, I want you to know it's true. AI will replace you, and it's not just a plan, it is a business model from them. They are trying to force you into a future that has been engineered. And in the next slide, I give it a name. I called it timeline engineering. And this is what timeline engineering is. Over the next 30 years, they already know what they want to happen. And they are going to force you to into that life. Let me give you simple examples. We thought the coolest things were automatic cars, right? And we got to a point where right now, Elon Musk has cars that people don't drive. All you just do is walk into it. Even cars that you can instruct, you can't help me deliver this to this XY place. And guess what? It has little or no accidents because these things are algorithms that are faster. So I want you to understand that, yes, they might not come to Africa on time, but one day we will celebrate, the same way we celebrated the first aeroplane coming to Africa or coming to Nigeria. We will one day see robots take our jobs. We will one day see, we are already making use of ChatGPT. Some of you are making use of ChatGPT at work already. So with little speed, these things are coming around. But I'm going to tell you what the good news looks like. But before the good news, let's look at the bad news. Next slide. The bad news is that there's going to be displacement of jobs. You are going to lose your jobs. So if you're the kind of person that your work right now is that you are a product designer, I'm here to tell you that even me that I cannot design, I can use an artificial intelligence tool and it will give me the kind of design I want. It might not be perfect, but one thing I want you to understand about technology is that technology has the right to learn, and that is where these guys are driving their future towards. And so there's something called self-learning AI. So it means with repeated patterns, it can learn and tell you more things than you even fed it with. So it's just like giving a child, like teaching a child 2 plus 2. And the child now goes ahead and begins to say, oh, there's a 3. I think 2 plus 3 can also be 5. So more than just telling the child what is there right now, they are getting to a point where they can now learn on their own. And this is where the problem is. But number 2, there's going to be heavy weaponization. And in heavy weaponization, it means you're going to have deep fakes. If you're on Twitter, you'll have seen that they will post a video of a popular politician saying something that you don't say, with his exact same voice, with his exact same mannerism, with his exact same pattern. That is what the future is looking like. There's going to be human cloning. So you not say, I did not do it to this yet. Because these people have learned how to clone things. And so these bad boys are actually doing this in a very terrible way. But the number 3 problem is that everything that I've talked about, the first number 1 and number 2, are going to happen at an astonishing speed. So it means that at the next election, more than carry your BBC, is also understand that this is fake news. That this person was not there. They just sat in their room and they created the entire thing. So you can say, create a public image of me at this social place, doing this social place, wearing this and this and this, and everything will come to life and you'll be wowed. That's where the future is. But let us look at the good news in the next slide. before the good news, another bad news, is that in 2030, PwC has already said that in 2030, how many years from now? 5. Said 30% of us are going to lose our jobs. And the thing is that you don't have to say this cannot be me. Because in the olden days, people used to use camels, people used to use go-kart. And if you told that person that one day, this journey that you are traveling from Egypt to Siberia with a plane, you did it under 45 minutes, how can something heavy fly? So the future is something that they have told you is already going to happen. And so in the ending of my slide, we are going to work together to see how we can create our own future using artificial intelligence. But next slide. AI is transforming work. I'm not going to lie. I am doing more with little or less effort. Right now, I don't have as much burnout as I would have like 3 years ago. I don't go to work and I am stressed. I enjoy work more than ever before. Why? Because with little effort and with the right tools, I can write my reports. These days, when I go into meetings, I don't take notes. I just put my note taker and it takes the entire note, give me a summary, give me the next action point, tells me what I'm supposed to do and the timeline that was spoken about in the call. Before, I would have hired a secretary that will be taking my notes. So I want you to understand that more than ever before, people are going to lose their jobs. But also, this is the beauty about it. There's going to be a creation of new roles, new jobs. And I'm going to tell you how you can know what the new jobs and new roles will look like in your respective field. There's going to be a transformation of workflows. Normally, you would have on Monday, I will join this meeting. After this meeting, I will do this. I will have to send this to this place. But all at once, I can be using as multiple as 7 or 8 AI tools to perform and make my work easier all at the same time without anyone having to rest on my own intelligence or having to rest on my own troubles. So I want you to understand that this is the future we are making for ourselves. Innovation is going to be accelerated. In my presence, my colleague at work created a security tool that other people have said it sat down for like 1 month and built that tool from the beginning to the end. So right now, it doesn't have to buy those tools anymore. And so with innovation being accelerated, the future is not just something that we are looking forward to, the future is right now. But more importantly, this is where I want you to understand how you can prepare for your future. I don't think AI is going to take everybody's job. There are certain jobs that need human empathy. So it means that if I was to write a love letter, for instance, the person I am dating will appreciate my love letter coming from me, myself, than me saying, oh, I went to ChatGPT and they gave me this love letter. So it means that even regardless of the human acceleration that's happening with technology, there's still a need for human connection. There's still a need for empathy. So I would rather have a nurse or doctor that I know that I've been trained for 30 years treat me, maybe using technology at the same time, but I still need a doctor. I still need a nurse because of the empathetic part of these people, because of the sociological part, because of these parts can understand, these people can understand my context more. And so artificial intelligence is not just going to take, it's not going to take everybody's job, but it's going to create newer jobs. But also it's going to create a future where we can work together to achieve more and good work. So let me use my field for instance, and I want you to picture your own fields and see how AI is going to affect your fields. Are we with me? So the first thing is understand AI impact in your field. Be honest with yourself. Say, oh, I am a teacher today. Artificial intelligence is coming. My kids are going to be people that already know how to use iPad from 3 years old, from 2 years old. How can I be well equipped to teach these people? Understand AI impact in your field. But also build AI literacy. And when I say build AI literacy, we are not going to all be programmers. We are not all going to write codes. We are not all going to do things that are going to be like amazing people. Even up to today, Google, Facebook, and some of these top companies are now laying off their entry-level engineers. Because if the code you are going to write, an artificial intelligence can create that code for me, why do I need to be paying you $150, $150,000 a year? So right now, you need to understand AI literacy, knowing what AI can do and understand it. It doesn't have to be the point where in the next 10 years they are asking you, can you use ChatGPT? And you're asking, what is the ChatGPT? So at this point, you need to build AI literacy. But number 3, which is so powerful, master AI and human collaboration. You must know how you can use these tools. The same way I have more than 100 artificial intelligence tools that I read about every day and I try to understand them. Master these tools. Keep an adaptability mindset. Know how to adapt in your career. Don't be the kind of, there are some players that they call them free role players, like they can play anywhere in the field, right? I mean, especially in the attack. You see those kind of players, the coach, anytime he wants to start a match, knows that he'll play them in any place. But if you're the kind of player that the only thing you know how to do is just a streamlined thing. For instance, in product design, if the only thing you know how to do is design, there might be a problem for you if you don't know how to manage projects, if you don't know how to do business development. So there are more and more tasks that are coming in for you to learn. So the final 2 things I'm going to talk about is lead AI initiative. Start to read about it. Talk about it at work. How can our work become more productive? How can we notice more better? Use this AI to ask ChatGPT. Don't just go to ChatGPT and say, tell me the name of the richest 10 people in the world. Like, use it for more productive things that can help your life, right? And the final thing, let me just talk about specialize instead of generalize. So it means that while you want to be the jack of all trades, you must have one specific niche that you have actually mastered. Something you have known well, and something that if they wake you up 2 a.m. in the night, you can talk about, right? So you must build that skill where you are strengthened in knowing knowing a particular thing, right? But finally, I want you to understand that you must strengthen irreplaceable human skills. The biggest irreplaceable human skill that you must strengthen today is communication. If you don't know how to talk, if you don't know how to share your ideas, if you don't know how to talk about how your perspective about things, it's going to affect you in the AI world. Because if there are other people that cannot do anything, but all they know is they can talk about things, they'll be far ahead of you, right? And so, one thing I want you to do when you get home, you know your career path where you're currently trying to build a career in, or you have built one. Go to ChatGPT and ask it, over the next 30 years, over the next 40 years, with the rise of artificial intelligence, what will the future going to look like for me? Then go for that when you get that and now ask it, what should I learn? This future has been re-engineered because even this my slide was AI.